Hey, welcome back, everyone. Hope you guys have a wonderful day today. We've got another 3 versus 3 domination game here, and we are jumping right on into the game. We started the recording a little bit late. Thank God I checked, as it did not look right to start. We are playing on the, I believe it's pronounced Mickley, maybe map, which I actually really like. It's I think a fairly balanced map in my opinion. And we did get the right spawn, so we are pushing out to the northwest here, past our HQ point, and we are playing as the all-around west doctrine. My plan here with this doctrine and running it was to actually utilize the Panzer 4x70 some more. A couple videos back in the Panzerwerfer 42 game, I did use it a little bit, but I really want to utilize it a bit more here. And we are going up against a couple good opponents as well, so we'll see what we can ultimately do. We got a couple Soviet players on the other team, and they have pretty much beaten us to this point. 2 Jeeps and a couple infantry squads were in. Our Panzer Grenadiers are doing fairly well to kind of push back here, but we are fighting uphill, and there are a ton of infantry in the point. We started off with two of the same Grenadier squads, and we went with an early half-track as well, which should hopefully shred the infantry and the gas jeeps. And we are getting a couple nice nades off through the smoke here, taking out quite a few of the infantry at the very least, and pushing them back. So we're not doing terrible. We do have a squad coming up in between though, and there's a flamethrower there as well. Pretty much traditional start with this doctrine for us, rushing out these Grenadier squads into the Hurley half-track. And with the Grenadiers themselves, as always, dropping the Kar 98 rifle in favor of just using the modified rifle that will shoot the rifle grenade. And we're trying to rush a couple guys into this point, just to kind of flip the cap. And we do neutralize it for a second, but unfortunately, he does get a couple other guys in. Looks like we're going up against Crayon Commando. And our teammates are actually doing fairly well with a pretty good push. Looks like we're already at their home point. And considering where we are on the map and that we're holding ours, we've got great positioning here. Half-track shredded the infantry. That was kind of in between the 2 points. Now I'm going to bring it over this way to try to reinforce. We do have a Panzerlehr Aufklärer squad coming, along with another Grenadier squad. And with our opponents putting pressure on their home point, we've been able to get really nice field position here, pretty much up to the midway point on this map, which is super, super advantageous. There's a lot of dug-in trenches and good terrain to take. And we've even gotten some type of emplacement. I'm not sure what type of emplacement that is, but something out farther on that southeast, it looks like. But they do cap first point, which kind of sucks because they're going to get that early MP advantage with each cap. And we do get the next spawn right next to us with tier 1 here. And we are going to go with the 2-centimeter half-track. That does come with the Vet Panzerlehr in it as well. We're going to utilize likely a couple of these throughout this game to supplement our infantry numbers to try to save up for that 4x70. The 2-centimeter is probably the better call in my opinion, over the drilling. Drilling obviously has that wicked crazy rate of fire, and super, super good, but getting the vet infantry to kind of supplement the troops is just going to be better. That way we don't have to kind of keep buying infantry squads if we do go with the drilling. So we'll use the first one. There's a BA out in the road that we do have to slightly worry about, especially for the half-track. For both half-tracks, the 2-centimeter will likely pen it though. It's pretty lightly armored. And I'm trying to get these guys into this next point while advancing up kind of a little more centered behind this like farmstead, I'll call it. because they are pushed into the trenches there. And they're getting a pretty nice line of fire, and I'm also kind of worried about our home point if they do push and flank. But I do push in the half-track here probably a little too aggressively. I was trying to clear the cap as much as I could. The A-10 does bounce. Does take out a guy in it, though. And there's a flamethrower there as well. We managed to take out the flamer, but we are down to one man and we're engined. So we're going to do as much damage as we can. But we are likely going to lose this second point as well. But we do have the 2 centimeters starting to engage the infantry. He's pulling off the BA-10. If he comes down this road, we do have a Panzerfaust there, so we will try to take him out. But it does look like he's going to back off completely. We also pulled up an AT team with a Shrek for just some safety measure. Trying to get a couple of the boys in, but I am just too late here, unfortunately. So they get a nice 2-cap lead right from the get-go. But you'll see we've kind of managed a pretty decent position here on our opponent. We've pushed him out of the back of the woods. Usually coming from the Soviet side, if I do spawn on the side and this is my push or my area, I go hard for this woods because I want to control kind of the riverbank and push the Axis player kind of back more towards their home point. So securing these woods is really, really vital because we're going to kind of prevent them from making a heavy push on our home point. We're playing fairly defensive, but still offensive enough to make a difference on this side of the map, more or less. So we'll make sure we continue kind of moving these guys up as much as possible in the woods. I want to make sure we get as many angles and lines of sight. I don't want to give them any opportunity to enter the wood line. I want to push them back kind of towards that far road right there and then kind of get them across the road eventually. So we're going to push hard, slow but hard, and just kind of take our time here. We got plenty of MG42s. I'm going to repair the half-track as well, get that thing up and running. Could even take out the MG42 with the belt fed that's on the half-track if we wanted to, but we'll leave it for now and see if we can cap it. Or not cap it, but I guess repair it. It's not really an enemy Vic. It's our Vic, but you guys know what I mean. So I'll dig in a couple guys. We'll move a couple up further, especially the Pencilero of Clar. And we're going to bring in the 2 centimeter as well. Get that into the wood line. He's sitting the BA-10 just kind of out in the middle of the road. Not even the road, out in the middle of the, I guess, what would you call that? Like, I guess it's a field in between the roads, more or less. Still has guys in the trenches. So he's got a guy behind the gas. So we'll direct control this guy. Oh, he goes down. Finish him off. Make sure he's dead. Looks like something's going on the far side. I'm going to let them know that we need to cap this point. We really can't afford to let them keep capping because they are just getting an MP advantage. Although we're sitting on 600, thankfully, because we haven't had to buy a lot of infantry to supplement. And he's sitting here. I doubt he has line of sight, so we're going to go for it. It's a 2 centimeter. Looks like we do hull break it, so that's fantastic. So the BA-10's down. So now that that's done for, we're going to get a lot more aggressive here. We're going to move up to 2 centimeter to start taking out this infantry. And all the while, we are going to continue to move up. We've now pretty much pushed up through both cap points that were on the side. So we do have 2 ammo crates to take advantage of, which is fantastic. So I don't even have to call in ammo or anything if my guys run out. Vehicles run out. I'm checking to see if I can hear anything in the fog of war because I want to try to do some damage on these guys that have dug in kind of at these crossroads. We hear nothing, so we're making a very far push. Probably a little reckless. I'm going to start swinging him around early to get him back into the woods. Especially because it looks like there's a light Vic rolling over to us now, based on the minimap. I've extended out my minimap. I don't think I've ever mentioned this. Just slightly bigger than what it is. I guess you'd call it vanilla minimap size. So standard, I guess, is probably the better word. That way I can kind of watch, obviously, everything on my field of view, but also the minimap a little better. So that's why if you see me react to something fairly quickly, and it doesn't seem like there's anything like directly in my line of sight, it's likely something I see on the minimap. But I do see the BT. So that'll be a bit of an annoyance for our infantry. But a lot of these guys are actually kind of behind terrain, or behind like little dips in the ridgeline, and we're just getting line of sight on some of the infantry. So he might not do much to us. And I'm even considering kind of going at him here, which probably a mistake. I do think he probably sees us from his infantry. I actually don't know if we can pen. I assume we can, but we're bouncing and missing quite a few. And he does back up. We're kind of a sit down, so we do get engined. Very unfortunate. I try to smoke out. Try to get the guys out of the half track before he takes us out. I was trying to trick him. Thinking if he thought we were hull broken, maybe I could kind of save it. But nah, he does set us on fire. So unfortunate, we do lose the 2 centimeter. We got a little too risky when we shouldn't have. We'll pull back to 3 crews since we bailed them out, and we'll just put them in the half track that we're repairing. I'm just quickly looking to see who capped the point. It was us, thankfully, because I did miss that. We do get the half track up just in time for another infantry push to come at us. He's rushing straight on in. Do get a grenade off before we go down there, but it looks like he pretty much scatters, so we don't get anyone with it. Pulling back the Shrek for safety. Keep that guy alive. Only have 1. And we are going to call in a Pencilare Sturm division. We're pushing the half track up since the BT did pull back over towards middle. He is circling it back around to us, actually, though, so we do have to be quick. We're going to shred a couple of these guys. Take this guy out. Take this guy out. He is coming. And unfortunately, we get engined again. So the BT does take out both of our half tracks. It's like there's a T-34 on the field as well. Half track will gun down some of this infantry as it's coming in while we have a second before we do go down. He's still missing, so we're reloading, but we'll likely go down. Looks like he's pushing up on us. Trying to see which infantry I should target more. And he does finish us off. So there's a new spawn towards the middle. So I'll take one of the guys that I had further up in the center, just kind of watching, get him into the point immediately to start capping. And I am going to rotate over technically 2 MGs into the center as well. And rush in one of the Panzerlehr. Just get some higher cap weight. And he didn't finish off the half track, so now we'll actually grab the MG42 with the belt fed, what ammo's remaining, and we'll actually pull out the repair kits just in the off chance we somehow get pushed back here. I do not want to give him the opportunity to repair it, but I don't plan on getting pushed off. You know, there's a couple guys laying behind the ridge there. And our Sturm Grenadiers are coming up now with their STGs. And I'm actually going to pull back a couple as well to the center to kind of refit the lines. Especially considering they're making a hard push into the center now. Looks like we lost a medium tank. Probably to that T-34. And looks like the BT is actually coming over as well. So we're at tier 2. I'm trying to see if we have any options. 235 away from the Panzer 470, and we absolutely have the MP for it. We do have a medium out in the field as well from one of our teammates coming up to the center, so I'm probably going to hold off on getting anything as a panic buy. Even if we lose that center point, we can kind of tank it. We're not doing terrible. And I'm going to pull out a sniper here because I do notice in the kill feed that my direct opponent has a sniper as well, and he's picking apart some of my infantry. So the best counter to a sniper is a counter sniper. And we'll pull up pretty much our top tier elite vet 3 or tier 3 vet infantry in half track, all STGs. And we're going to bum rush him right into the center. I'm banking on the Panzer IV to take out the T-34 or at least push it back. And we're going to try to get a full-blown mech contingent straight on into the point to help reinforce it. But we also have to worry about this mass push of infantry on kind of both of our flanks here. We got guys come in on this far right, and then guys coming through the trenches and kind of towards the center too. So we'll pull out some off-polar reinforcements. We're going to pull out a 2 centimeter again to get even more infantry out on that right flank and some mobile support. I was trying to save the guy in the building, but he does go down. And with the half track, we are going to go in. It is -7 towards their cap. Looks like our teammate is rushing some guys in through the smoke. It's -2 currently. He does have to move up or kill someone. Hopefully he can do something before we get there. He does decap it, thankfully in our favor. T-34 is still up. It's not focused on us though, so we're going to immediately get in and dismount on the point. And I'm spamming F3 to get some smokes down now, along with spamming some grenades to follow up onto where I believe they're laying. 2 centimeters coming up, and because of the infantry that's on our flank, I'm actually going to dismount there. Try to get them over to kind of help. Massive explosion there. Chain reaction from the T-34 hitting the supply crate. Give that guy a little smoke over there. Maybe kill him from some smoke inhalation. Well, we'll take him out with an AT grenade. Panzer IV does take a shot from the T-34. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm going to smoke out to kind of cover the half track and try to get it back into my lines. Looks like we have a BA-6 rolling up here. And yes, if you're asking what about the infantry we just dismounted from the 2 centimeter, I absolutely forgot about it. And it looks like most of them probably died. So that's very unfortunate. Got a little too distracted with the micro in the middle. Yikes. But I'm doing my best to try to find the sniper there. I don't see him immediately, so we're going to pull up an officer to try to spot him. We get a nice spawn for the second, or not the second, but the next spawn up here. And I'm also taking out one of the artillerymen, technically. I don't know why it's an artilleryman, in the 2 centimeter. And I'm flipping him with one of the original ones from the half track that survived up here. And that's going to immediately get some veterancy on it, better accuracy, and just kind of make it a little easier on us here, instead of starting from fresh. So it looks like our Sturm Grenadier Vet 5 will cap the center, thankfully. The 2 centimeter goes to work on the BA. Let's take it out. And we're going to go to work on some of this infantry as well here. Still no sign of the sniper, but we do now have to quickly dip out because there's an SU-122 taking some pot shots at us. But Thankfully, with our speed and his reload time, we do manage to dip out just in time to avoid losing a second 2 centimeter here. He is going for the half track that brought up our fearless boys into the center. We're going to position it behind the building to try to keep it alive for as long as possible. He's got to burn at least 2 to 3 shots to get us. And we're just going to take a second to kind of micro these guys out of the center now. It's not really my area of operation, so I'm going to do what I can, but also just kind of get out of dodge. And managed to take out most of the cover. He does have a couple boys coming into the point, so I'm going to try to take them out before we go down. Managed to. He does take us out, though. Kills both crew. We do have the 2 centimeter there to help out, though, as well. And with the officer up now, we're going to move him up. And we do have the Panzer IV by 70 on lock. So we'll get that thing up here and try to deal with this SU. But I'm dropping the MP40 and the Luger from the officer so that we can kind of just spot. I don't want him switching over. And I am trying to find the sniper directly here. Doesn't look like he's in that back right. But he is actually up front in a foxhole. Interesting position. Usually you want him a little further back or on their own. So we're going to move up the sniper to try to deal with him. And I'm watching the kill feed to just see if we do. And I'm assuming we missed our first shot, and he takes us out. The bastard. So, tried to counter snipe and got sniped ourselves. Unfortunate. But, where there's one, there's more. So we'll call it a second one. Looks like we have some arty support to deal with their arty, maybe. Hasn't really been a factor on our position, at least. They're not really working very cohesively, the opponents. A lot of our domination games lately, we've come up against usually like 2 players at once for most of the points. So these guys have really, I mean, we've done the same thing, but these guys have really kind of picked the lane and fought in their lane only. Our guy's making a push on the far right again, but running into our infantry. He is moving up the SU to try to assist. Put some shots into the woods. Moving up the Panzer IV by 70 to try to get a shot, but he does pull a little too far over before we can. And I'm assuming he's going for, yep, 2 centimeter. So it's a good thing we already started to bring him back. We'll move back the officer as well, just to be safe. We'll move the 2 centimeter over to the far right of the woods, and we're gonna move up the 4 by 70. See if we can get an angle on this guy and take him out. We do. We are in range. I believe he's in range as well, so we got to be careful here. But I think that first shot did take out his gun. Second shot takes out the engine. Looks like he moved the sniper over into a different foxhole. He is smoking out as well to try to save the SU. But we're going to move up the 2 centimeter, and we're actually going to focus the 2 centimeter on the sniper to take this guy out, since counter sniping does not seem to be in our favor. And the 2 centimeter does wipe him, thankfully. So sniper done. Can't finish off the SU from this angle, so we're going to move over. We'll have the 2 centimeter move as well. Try to get a better angle on the infantry that's kind of lined up behind that outcropping. And we just get our shot off before well, not even before he does. We get it off pretty much at the same time. He shoots, and thankfully misses, and we do take him out. So SC's down, but we are at tier 2, so there could easily be we're well into tier 2, almost at tier 3 even. So I'm assuming we're about to see some more heavy armor here. So we got to be very careful with the 2 centimeter. Already pulling back the 4x70. Try to see if there's anything coming in the distance. Okay, we're going to reorient that, although it did just jump for whatever reason, but we'll reorient the 4x70 there onto the main road. And it looks like we do see 2 medium Vics coming up. So I'm actually assuming it is the twins, the twin T-34s. 1 flamer, 1 up-armored, sheet metal, 1 the flamer with sandbags. I haven't seen them directly yet, but I'm assuming based on the BT that that is likely what we're looking at, because that would be the support doctrine. He's moving up 1 of them pretty far on the left, and we do have line of sight. And it is 1 of the twins. Crazy range with this Panther gun. We do engine that one. And I'm moving up this Sturm Grenadier to actually try to take out the field howitzer that's conveniently very close to us. This guy split up the twins, so he really can't support the flamer with the other one. And we're going to try a nade from this distance. Looks like we do take them all out, so that second grenade wasn't needed. We're going to rush it, and I'm going to try to self-destruct it by double tapping L. We are able to. And we'll take out these guys on the ammo box. A little Call of Duty action here. I love wielding the STG. And we do take out the driver of the truck as well for fun and go prone. This twin is still up and running, but with that shot, we do set its engine on fire. Looks like he's now reacting and moving over the other one, so just a little bit slow there. And we'll make sure this guy's in the bush before we heal him up. And it looks like there's an ATM pretty close in the woods, so probably a little too far up. This guy's micro was pretty good at the beginning, but it's actually getting a little sloppy here. Just a hamburger. And it looks like our guys have still had a very nice hold on the center ever since we took that center point now. With some already pretty close up as well, actually, there. And potential cap on another zone as well. So he's pulled back the other twin pretty far. We do have another spawn point that we are actually in front of, although he is moving some tank crew over to it. So they should get absolutely gunned by our infantry here, as they are in the open. I'm going to pull out the MG42, the belt fed from the half track. I don't plan on repairing it. Absolutely recommend doing that anytime you can. And we're pulling over the 2 centimeter to try to assist and just make sure we can get this next cap as well. And we'll pull in some more Panzer Grenadiers too. So we got some big boys coming out with tier 3. I normally like to wait for counter DP buys unless I have a specific plan, I'll say. right from the get-go, like Rocket Arty or something like that. We got a KV-1S out on the field. The other twin is making a push. And I think I heard another heavy this way as well. And it does pop up, and it is the IS-2 1945. So we'll pull out the KT to try to counter. Cave V is moving up a little recklessly, and we do get an AT grenade off to take out his track. 4x70 hits a rock, unfortunately, there. Big boom goes off. So we lost our Arty. We did stop the KV right before it got into the point, so he isn't capping with it, thankfully. But we do have reinforcements come up just as there's a massive wave of Soviet imp coming in. We've got 2 Panzerfausts that we will put into the KV, although it does survive. STGs and MG42s are going to town. 2 centimeters also going to work. Try to flip over to the Panzer IV, but I'm just a little slow, and we do get absolutely destroyed by the T-34. So really unfortunate. We do have a couple Shreks and Fausts in the woods, though. And the King Tiger is coming up as well. First shot does engine the T-34. And it looks like the IS-2 is going to try to challenge us as well. Trying to control the Shrek, but he does hit the static BA that was already destroyed, pre-placed on the map. Really unfortunate. So we'll take out the T-34 first. Try to get this guy back into the woods. We'll back up the KT around that building. 2 centimeter did lose its gun. I'm trying to back him up to repair him and get the other crewman back in, but we do run him over stupidly. So we'll bring up another guy for him. Call in yet another half track with vets, with STGs. And try to smoke out with the Panzer Shrek. Let's get that up. Looks like we've got a vet vet Tiger coming up as well. And he is moving up the IS-2 to, I believe, go against the Stu. We bounce first shot. Teammate does get a nice track. We'll thank him for that. Immediately see 2 planes come in from whoever's playing the Luftwaffe. Our next shot gets the gun, so we don't have to worry about that. Bounce again from our teammate. But this guy should thankfully go down. I'm sure one of these is a big boy. That's a huge kill. We can go back to focusing on the KV. And then Drush is going off. And all of a sudden, we get hit with a waiting for server here. Very interesting. Bit of lag when there wasn't really anything. What's going on? Try to plan the next moves. And hard carry. Oh my god, nearly 200 kills. Oh, and we lost connection. So, quick little Alt F4. GG's either way. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Was a great game otherwise.